Hey guys, so this week I'm going to be doing my first pregnancy vlog with baby number 2, so I'm really excited. And I'm currently 6 weeks pregnant and our due date is July 6th of 2014. However, I am having a C-section, so it will probably be around June 30th of 2014, which is cute. Like I said in my last video, or the video where I actually announced my pregnancy, I thought it was cute because my husband's birthday is June 8th and I was born on July 18th, so it's kind of landing right in between both of our birthdays. So I'm just gonna get started. Basically, I first realized I was pregnant because I was seriously craving specific foods. I was desperately wanting to eat something. If somebody mentioned, oh, I had sushi last night, I'm like, oh, I want sushi, and I had to go get sushi, and I had to drive and get sushi. And while I was eating the sushi, it was amazing. It was just, I was enjoying it a little too much. And I even told one of my coworkers during one of our little lunch breaks, I'm like, okay, I'm enjoying this way too much. Am I pregnant? And my friend was like, oh, I crave things all the time, don't worry about it. But I definitely was pregnant. So that was the first kind of red light that I saw, that I was like, I might be pregnant. And then the second thing was that my boobs were extremely sore, and I'm not the type to get sore boobs when I'm about to get my period or anything like that. I'm actually pretty good during my periods. Not that I've really had any in a really long time, because I was pregnant with Arya for, let's say, 10 months, and then I was breastfeeding Arya, and she's currently 11 months old. She's about to turn 1, and I've been breastfeeding her. So I haven't really seen my period. I'll explain that a little bit later. I thought I got my period, but it really wasn't my period, and that's just a whole nother story. But basically, my periods are really, really good. I don't feel any cramps. I don't feel any soreness or anything in that sense, but I found it so strange that my boobs were extremely sore, and I kind of excused that because I was breastfeeding. So I thought it's probably because Arya has a new tooth, and she's had the 2 bottom teeth for a while now, but now one of her top, I guess both of the top teeth, the 2 front ones, are coming out, and she is biting me so much and so hard. I mean, I've even bled. So I'm in excruciating pain, and overall my boobs are just extremely sore. And now I understand why, thinking that the breastfeeding was causing this soreness and this pain. But I think it's just both. The fact that she's kind of just nibbling on my boobs now, and that I'm also pregnant. So that really hasn't been fun whatsoever. I've spoken to my doctor about what I should do if it is safe to continue breastfeeding while you are pregnant, and I know a lot of moms here on YouTube do it, so I was kind of excited to try to continue doing it, but it's becoming extremely painful. It's seriously excruciating, and I'm not really excited to breastfeed Arya anymore, because I know she bites me at least 7 times every nursing session. So it's really more, I put her in and I'm scared that she's gonna bite me, because she is gonna bite me, because I know she's gonna bite me. And I have tried to tell her no biting, and I kind of take off the boob and I'm like, okay, that's it. No, she is so sentimental and emotional. She'll just start crying. She'll just look at me first and I'm like, no biting, Arya, it hurts mommy. And she'll just look at me and she'll be like, ah, and she'll cry like somebody is killing her. It's insane to me. But I did talk to my doctor, and my doctor said that I should wean off, just because she's going to be sucking the nutrients out of me, and then this other baby is going to be sucking the nutrients out of me. So I kind of need a little break, especially if I'm planning on breastfeeding this baby as well. So I'll be doing a breastfeeding update soon. Hopefully I can reach to a full year of breastfeeding. So since that was my goal, I kind of want to get there and then just start weaning her off, which I have no idea how I'm going to do, but that's a separate story. And the baby is the size of a pea right now, so it's tiny, tiny, tiny. I wasn't quite sure how far along I was, because as I mentioned, I haven't really had my period because I was breastfeeding Arya, and I did have an episode, maybe 1 or 2 episodes, where I thought I was getting my period back. but it was extremely painful, and I did go to the doctor and they noticed that I had a hemorrhagic cyst. I probably am killing that, but it's basically an ovarian cyst that is filled with blood. Now, I've had cysts all my life that were just filled with liquid and they were no big deal. I didn't feel them. I didn't even know I had them. I just knew I had them because when I would go to the doctor, they would tell me, by the way, you have a cyst, but you don't feel them. They don't really do much. They're there, they leave, and you don't even notice. Now, this one was pretty painful, and it was full of blood instead of just regular liquid. So it did start leaking, and they weren't quite sure if I was actually on my period or the blood was coming from the cyst. I do know it was a lot of blood. I've never bled like that before, so I wasn't 100% sure when my last missed period was. So I did go to the doctor a little bit earlier than last time. I think last time the doctor wouldn't see me until I was, I think, 8 or 9 weeks pregnant. This time I went in right away. I went in at, I think, the 5-week mark, and it was a very boring appointment. I actually didn't even get to see my doctor. It was just the nurse, and she just asked me a couple of questions. She didn't even touch me, and she asked me to go next door to get some blood work to confirm the pregnancy. Then the next day, which was Friday, she called me and she confirmed the pregnancy. She gave me all my beta numbers and all that, and then she asked me to come back on Monday so she could run some more blood work to see if my numbers were doubling appropriately. So I did that, and then she called me on Tuesday, said that everything looks perfect, that my numbers are perfect, and to schedule my actual doctor's appointment, which I did, and also to schedule my ultrasound, because my ultrasounds are done in a separate place, in a place called perinatal, which they specialize in ultrasounds. And my doctor's appointment kind of is only to see how I am. They do some pap smears, or they'll do the blood work, but they won't actually do ultrasounds. They just think that it's better to leave it to a specialist, that they know exactly what they're doing. That's all they do, so they're the best at it. So I did go in for my ultrasound at perinatal, and we saw the little baby. The heart rate was 123, so we kind of think it's a boy just because of the, I guess, I don't even know if it's an old wives' tale or whatever it is, but they kind of say if the heart rate is below 140, then it is a boy, and if it's over 140, then it's a girl. And Arya's heart rate, I believe, was 154, so it kind of went with that theory, but we're not quite sure. I kind of feel that it's a boy, but I think that might be because I desperately wanted a girl as my first baby. I was so excited for tutus and bows and just all those girly things, and taking her to dance practice and just being a dance mom, and I was so thrilled when I found out it was a girl. But now I really want my husband to get his little boy. He's really been wanting a boy, and I know it really doesn't matter. I know all you want is a healthy baby, but we're just so, he's really into sports, and I'm really girly, and I'm really into dance and ballet and all that, so we kind of wanted to have a little mini-me to share that with. So I don't know if it's that I really want him to have his little boy, or that I kind of just have this motherly feeling that it's a boy. But I think it's a boy, and he thinks it's a boy, and our ultrasound tech thought it was a boy just because of that whole theory that under 140 and it was 123. And it was so tiny. It was like this super tiny. I'll be uploading the ultrasound in a separate video. It was just nice to get to see the baby already, and the baby's a size of a pea right now. So at 6 weeks, a baby is a pea, a tiny little pea, and it's crazy. I've been looking at kind of week 7 and week 8, and they kind of quadruple in size. It's tiny right now, and the next week it's gonna go like that, and then the week after it's gonna go like that. It grows so fast. It's so crazy. I have been kind of not feeling nausea, but feeling like some smells of specific foods don't quite settle too well with my stomach, but not to the point that I have to rush to the bathroom and try to throw up or anything like that. With Arya, I do remember that around week 8 and week 9, those were the only 2 weeks where I actually was vomiting, and it was just those 2 weeks were probably the worst weeks for me because I felt really sick the entire time. But before that, I really didn't feel any morning sickness or anything like that, and then after that the same. And then obviously I fought with a lot of heartburn. I will say that I when I go to bed, I feel like my legs start tingling and kind of fall asleep, which is the same feeling that I had when I was pregnant with Arya right at the beginning. And I spoke to my doctor about that, and he had me do some leg ultrasounds that it might be a blood clot. So he wanted to make sure that I had ultrasounds of that, but everything came out good, and I'm kind of feeling the exact same feelings on my legs when I lay down. And I just think it's just the pregnancy, which I find odd because normally people feel that once they're ginormous and about to pop, and it makes sense because you have all this extra weight on you, so it makes sense that your legs are falling asleep. But right now you can barely tell I'm pregnant, so I don't know why I get that, but I guess my body that's how my body reacts. And I think that's it. We've already told my mom, some of my friends, some of my husband's friends and his family, and I'm excited. I haven't told anybody at work, I haven't posted it on Facebook or anything like that, but I'm excited. And a lot of you wonder, why are you posting it on YouTube? And it's funny because before I made YouTube videos, I was like, why are people posting it so early? What if people at work find out? Which is kind of my fear. I don't want anybody at work to find out until I'm ready. Just for, I don't know, I'm usually in between jobs during pregnancies, so that might affect me getting that job, and I don't really like to say I'm pregnant until it's too late and I kind of am forced to tell people I'm pregnant. But really nobody sees me here on YouTube, and if they do, please keep this a secret because I don't want anybody else to know. But most people that are on YouTube are either my direct family or people that I don't really know personally or that I work with. So that's about it. I think that's it overall. And I'm extremely tired. I normally get home every day. I can't say I'm in the process of moving anymore because I moved probably a month ago, but you know, it takes a really long time to get everything perfect, and I rush home from work and I have about an hour or so before my husband and Arya get home, so I kind of have a mini project every time I come home. One day is the linen closet, so I organize that really fast. The next day is my closet or Arya's drawers or Arya's closet, and so that's kind of how I'm tackling everything. And I rush home, change, walk the dogs, and immediately go into my mini projects. However, lately I've been so exhausted that I just come home, change, and go straight to bed. I forget the dogs. My husband gets home and he's like, have you walked the dogs? No, I'm tired, I'm in bed, you know. So it's terrible, but I'm so tired, and I can sleep 8 hours and still be tired. It's just exhausting. But I guess you have a baby in your belly. You're creating a baby, so you have to be tired. It drains you. It's hard work. So that's about it. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. Now I'm going to show you my baby bump, and that's it. So see you guys later. Bye guys. Hey guys, so this is my 6-week pregnancy bump, and I definitely see a little bump kind of right around this area, and especially at night after I eat, I have like this full belly. It's pretty funny. My husband saw me the other night and he's like, whoa, you got pregnant overnight. So that is the belly, and here it is from the front. I am wearing jeans, so it's kind of pushed my belly out a little bit, but this is from the front, and here it is from the side. So it's a little bit, but it's still only 6 weeks, so that's about it.